Welcome to the Urbanone 2018 show with your host, Wayne Johnson, the talk show dedicated to uplifting and motivating individuals from all walks of life. Each week, we have the privilege of hosting incredible guests who provide incredible insights on a diverse range of topics. From local influencers to esteemed regional and national figures, they will share their experiences and wisdom to ignite positive change in our communities. Get ready for another captivating episode of the Urbanone 2018 show with your host, Wayne Johnson. Let's embark on this journey of inspiration together.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Urbanone 2018. I'm your host, Wayne Johnson, and I have a special guest, very special guest here with me today, Mayor Shawn Lassiter. And it's just been an honor to have him on set today. We was trying to reach out to him, but man, finally we got it. And so we know the election took place maybe a week or two ago. And so we're excited to have you here today, Mayor. Just say hello to our audience.
Hello. I'm glad for being here. Glad having me. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. And so we just, and I was just thinking, and I was, said, what would you ask someone if you had an opportunity to interview somebody? And I asked them a question. I said, well, how does it feel being the new mayor of the city of Atmore, Alabama?
It feels good. It feels good at times, which I'm brand new. So I feel like it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
I enjoy so much helping people. That's the biggest thing I got, just to help people. Right. And I love it. So,
right. Yeah. That's
I just love people, and that's my reason for being here.
Yeah, to be here. My wife is a great people's person,
Yeah.
and sometimes she tell me, you're a little bit too dry, but she has a natural ability, to welcome people. And I think sometimes, like yourself, people are gifted with certain talents that the Lord give them. They have a heart for people. I have a heart for people, but my approach and her approach is totally two different things. And so sometimes she critiques me and tell me, you probably should have. But anyway, the love and the kindness that we have for people, and like you said, that was one of the reasons that you wanted to get in your position that you are now, to help people to grow the community. And so, yeah. So talk a little bit about what's on your heart from that perspective.
Well, back in 2020 when I decided to run, Murray Johnson asked me to run back in 2020, and I was scared to death of it.
Yeah.
And as I got in it with my role, city councilman, District 4, I just enjoyed what's on my heart is I enjoyed working with people and helping people. Yeah. I couldn't help everybody, but it was that's what gave me a good feeling, being able to help people in this community.
And like you said, city council, that opens the door for you to see how things, how the city operates. You saw budgets, you saw all the things that go on in the day-to-day lives of citizens and people. Right. And then now you're learning how to govern, That's right. And so here it is. And so you said, well, like you said, you were nervous, you didn't know what to think, but as the door opened and you begin to do these things, you're like, man, I kind of like this. I think I was made for this.
And that's right. I was. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I still do. That's why I run for mayor.
Yeah. So. And I kind of know what you mean, because like sometimes, like media, I love this stuff. I really do. I ain't sleeping, man. And so that's my heart desire to be able to, transfer what we're doing here today, to let people know, hey, man, you got somebody in your corner. Right. You got somebody that's rooting for you.
That's right.
You got somebody that, that grew up in this community that feels like you feel, Yeah. And I tell people a lot of times, I say, I know, we've had Atmore had, some issues and things that we've been dealing with for the last year or 2 years or so. But it's some great people from this city, And so I was reaching out to some classmates of mine that some great people have come from here. Some great families have been raised here.
That's right.
And we have a value system that we come from the old school,
That's right.
And so I tell them, well, we got the millennium, we got the baby boomers, millennium, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. I said, you got 4 or 5 different mindsets there.
Yes.
But you know what we are, Mayor? We're still a community.
That's
We're
right.
still a company of people. We still all have, I call KT, kitchen table items.
Okay, I like it. I was actually born and raised here.
Yeah.
Atmore, Alabama, 54 years, graduated in 89.
Come on now.
Went to Rachel Patterson.
Yeah.
Started out there,
Yeah.
middle school,
Uh-huh.
old middle school,
Mm-hmm.
high school.
Yep.
And just, I feel I know everybody here.
That's it.
And, times have changed, though.
Yeah. But
it's been good.
But it's still the same thing.
It's been
so
good.
I tell people, I say, it's still back to KT, kitchen table.
Kitchen table.
I say everything started, anything you're going to do is at the kitchen table. So back then we used to eat breakfast and all our meals the same place. Yeah. But those are still KT items.
That's right.
Because they're family items.
That's a new one to me.
Yeah.
Kitchen table.
Yeah, kitchen table.
I like it.
And so if you got the kitchen table, now you got people who make up the community.
That's right.
Now, what I hear you saying, we want to become a company of people, right, through the vision and the plan that you have, to move forward with the city.
That's right.
And so that's the thing. And so when we, meeting kitchen table items.
That's right.
When you do that, you meet families right where they live at.
That's it.
Come on, man.
That's it.
And so my kitchen table items and your kitchen table items may be two different items, but in the course of life, they're gonna become, we'll swap. Now, what was used to be your kitchen table item may become my kitchen table item, because that's we call it life.
That's it.
But yeah, man, I tell you that's just an awesome term, because why? People can relate to KT. If you're gonna raise kids, families, all of them got the KT.
Right.
And so if you got a budget, KT. You got a job, you got relationships. All of these are kitchen table items.
That's right.
So if you handle those well, and you're gonna have bumps and humps, like I did. I told somebody the other day. I said, I ain't always been right here, even though I've been a minister of the gospel. I said, man, I still miss it. And I said, when I do, I have the ability to go back and look somebody in the eye and say, hey, I'm sorry about what happened or whatever. And once I do that, I can move on, because why? I did something. I accomplished a task there. And so that's still a KT item too, because, we just here, man. And I thank you for just giving me the opportunity to just talk to you. So what else is on your heart?
Well, I want to say this first. I'm honored and humbled to serve this community.
Wow.
I really am. That's what it's all about.
Wow. Man.
I get it. I know about public safety and businesses and infrastructure, but the number one thing is try. I can't help everybody, but try to give the people what they want.
Give them what they want.
Make them happy.
Make them happy.
Can't make everybody happy.
Can't make everybody happy, but look at it.
But I'm sure gonna try.
Yeah, and that's all you can do, because at the end of the day, that's all you can do. And so your vision and plan, I've watched you, like you said, I've watched you down through the years,
Yes,
and so you've carried yourself well. You're very approachable. You can talk. People can talk to you. And so I like that about you. And so
thank you.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time. I don't do social media.
Yeah.
And not saying that I won't one day. I know I need to get with the times on that. But people come see me. Normally, people just call my cell phone.
Yeah.
Or just come to me, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with you having a plan and sticking with it, but
But I'm just me,
that's it.
Ain't no difference.
And that's the thing. Sometimes I tell my wife, as a baby, I said, if you come back 6 months, you're still gonna get the same thing.
That's right. That's it.
And so that's very awesome. And so I mean, at the before we did the interview, when you gave me your jump drive, and you said you had a vision for
I do. I got what they call a 2030 year plan.
Wow.
2030.
2030.
And it can consist of 5 things. And if you want to roll that out, we will.
All right, let's go into it. Let's see. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. All right. Vision 2030. This is my roadmap and to shape the community's future for 5 years. So it's a 5-year plan.
Okay. So
I'm committed to promoting an inclusive and forward-thinking community for all the residents.
Okay.
So that's what's important to me.
Right. I got you. And so, this is the roadmap. So let's go to our next slide. We'll get a little bit more into detail. And so,
the 5 areas that I have that and there's no particular order, but it's education, healthcare, infrastructure, public safety, and economic growth. Okay,
right.
That's the areas that I want to focus on, and probably everybody that's in government does.
Yeah, that's right.
But I got a little twist on it that I want to add.
Okay.
And what I've decided to do or try to do, I think I can do it,
Mm-hmm.
is in each 5 areas, I want to have a task force developed.
Wow.
With 4 to 5 community members.
I got you.
My beliefs are, you got a mayor and 5 councilmen.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do it all.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
You need the community's input
right.
and ideas.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're gonna miss them.
That's right. Yeah. It's very important.
Yeah. So I value the community's input
and their opinion
on everything, in their opinion.
Yes, sir.
I do.
So basically, what you're saying, using the Jethro principle, as Jethro came to Moses, his father-in-law, said, "You're going to wear yourself out. You can't. Right. This load is too big." So he said, "Reach out among your people,
involve people,
and bring them in."
That's right.
And so, oh man, I love it. He said there are 5 areas to focus on, and so, in no particular order, education, healthcare, industry, economic growth, public safety, and infrastructure. I just want to give an illustration about healthcare. Say if you got a problem in your body and you're trying to get some information about it. I mean, you can just go to your phone, Google it, and I'm quite sure you may have a healthcare center. I don't know how you're going to structure what you have, but so people can reach out and they'll have, your team. They have access to your team to get some information that to be able to better serve the community.
That's right.
Through questions, answers, and so point them in the right direction. And I see this is a network: education, healthcare, industry, economic growth, public safety, and infrastructure. So when that network or that chain connects together,
that's right.
You can call that what? The blockchain.
Everything comes together.
Everything comes together.
That's right.
And so it is. And so when you reach out to the community from that standpoint, it can create that hub of infrastructural growth and then also building friendships. Right. And so I think sometimes when you build friendship, you build relationships. Right. And so those relationships and those bonds begin to grow the community, knit us together, pull us together. Right. And let you know, hey, issues you're facing, we're all facing some of the same things. And so that infrastructure are the 5 steps that you want to focus on. Mm-hmm. And I like the other part. Each steps will include a task force. 3 or 4 people from our community leaders.
Community leaders. I'll give you a good example.
Yeah.
And I don't know where he goes, but Don Taylor, he's going to be on one of them, whether he knows it or not.
You got a good
guy. I mean, he's just strong. He's got good beliefs, and enough said about that. But
you're right. He's good. He's a strong leader.
Great with kids.
Yeah, so. He's awesome, man. I like Don a lot, man. Yep. And after we did that interview with him, we talked for about 45 minutes. He said he kept telling his bishop, "I got to go to work."
He'll work.
Let's go to our next slide and see what we have here.
Okay. This is just, it kind of breaks it down for each one. Healthcare. Mm-hmm. We envision Atmore as a regional leader in accessible healthcare.
Right. Yeah.
And the healthcare task force will be dedicated to improving access, quality, and the outcomes in the community of healthcare.
Yes. Wow, that's a great one there. That healthcare, because I see a lot of people now. I see a lot of people with limbs cut off. The feet or the legs gone, and so here there's sugar, diabetes, and then a lot of diseases. But then to again focus and envision Atmore as a regional leader in accessible healthcare. And so we may have a portal where you have access to just a nurse or whatever that the city will offer, that you can just ask questions. And if your computer skills are not great, well, sometimes I'll link in and do a Zoom and bring somebody in and let them ask their question, and just have accessible things that will help people grow and feel comfortable in knowing that, hey man, technology is here, but we're going to use it to benefit our community. And so that's I love technology. My wife tells me I'll be on the computer all the time. No, nobody never do.
Yeah.
You know what? You're crazy. You still on it too much. Nobody don't do that. I said, well, what can I say?
Yeah.
What can I say? And so really, and then like you say, he's bringing that back again, the healthcare task force, dedicated to improve access and quality and outcome of health services across our community. Right. Hey, I really like. I like the five keys or the five focal points that you got. Then now, after he come out of there, healthcare, because if you got a healthy community, right, you grow from that point, because you got happier people, medical bills and all that stuff, and then just going to get a checkup.
A lot of moving parts. That's right.
A lot of moving parts. That's right. And so I went the other day, had my blood work done. So I had some elevated things that I got.
Because of your young age.
Yeah. So they told me some things I need to correct.
Yeah.
And I told I said, wow, I know what I did. I told myself, I said, self, I said, you heard what the nurse said.
That's right.
You got to get in line, man. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to our fourth slide.
Infrastructure. So, infrastructure, I've actually already started working on it.
Yeah.
June 1, I become interim after Mayor Staff retired.
Yeah.
And actually started then. We got a ditch project going on right now.
Okay.
And they've been started out on Broad Street behind the old training school.
Okay.
Went over to Park Drive, Kearney Street, Sneed, now Martin Luther King.
Okay.
And they'll be all over the area where we realize that we have big flooding issues.
Right, yeah.
So the ditches hadn't been dug out in some time.
Yeah.
So we're starting, shooting a grade and everything. So we already started that to get a little drainage, and so far, so good. We'll have a lot more. We can keep people busy doing that for a long time.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you're right, because like say on Presley Street, and then like on Sinkfield Street, those are I know when the water gets up that we can address some of those issues, and then that's the envision, Atmore infrastructure being monitored, and sustainable.
Right.
And so, like you say, when you focus on those areas, also the repaving the cemetery, they're working over there as well.
Yep.
And so there's some of those projects. And so I just got one little thing I like to throw in also, since that we put on the table, is when you come off of Harris Street, right, they're going to the cemetery, the bridge is narrow. That bridge need to be widened so two cars can pass there. And so when traffic is going down Harris Street, going to the cemetery or either Johnson Street, that will be, two streets that I think need to look well.
Right
there, because that's the burial site, when you're going down Harris North, and those need to, I think need to look well.
Need to be wide.
Yeah, need to be widened and look well, and that way it access the place where we lay our loved ones to rest.
Right.
And so we got both of those areas that I think need to look good. But that's out of the city limits, it is, and it's out a little bit. Yeah,
it is. It's no different. I think it's been said a couple of times talking about doing Fairview, what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
That paving project.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have Stallworth and Lucius sitting right kind of behind it, west of it, and they're not the cities.
Yeah.
There's a reason we haven't addressed it. That's the counties.
Yeah.
But would love to help and have talked to Corrine Reynolds, and we're gonna get together and try to make it happen. We maintain it. We try to maintain it. Keep everything mowed and everything.
Yeah, and I talked to Kareem also about it, and he said he was putting in to take care of that. To widen that road and repave it all the way down to the going north to Sunset Drive.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And then that way, Johnson Street, I know that's part of the city limits. So to bring pivot those and tie all three of those areas in, which will be a great thing. So infrastructure, hey man, I tell you, resilient, sustainable,
right?
And so that task force is still there working, and bringing new ideas into the city, man. I tell you, I'm liking this already.
Just
hang around. Come on now.
Hang around.
And so I just want to say also, we have one other guest here with us. She's not on camera, Denise Reese. She's here as well, but Danielle, excuse me, Danielle.
Okay.
Danielle.
I met that young lady outside.
Yeah, better known as Miss Crooked.
Yeah,
So she's here today as well. So let's go to our fifth slide. And
education's our future. Our kids are our future.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got to have it.
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
And the biggest thing is, and I realize that the schools are county.
Right.
I understand that.
Right.
But we got to be able to have a little input there, and I think we do.
Yeah.
And I think that's just education's important.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
So it's just
Yeah. True. And so we was talking. I guess piggyback off of the interview that we had with Don Taylor and myself. Going back. Because we were talking, say, kindergarten. Well, daycare, kindergarten, and then then you got starting in the first grade or whatever. And so I was saying, like, we got daycare. How do we take? And I'm quite sure this would be something your task force will brainstorm. How can we take and implement something in daycare, for a video format or something that, a teaching format, instead of just having the kids run around, because the Bible said faith cometh by hearing. How do we implement a program from daycare, kindergarten, and then preschool, And so I think when we implement those programs, that's just my thoughts, it may not be everybody's. And so we start to bring our little ones in and start, monitoring their progress.
That's
so
right.
when they get to preschool, well, they reading on grade level, maybe a little bit higher than grade level, because we done prepped them when mamas and them start bringing them. And so we start implementing, because now we got tools and things that we can use now to, to bring our kids to a place where we need to be, to get them educated early on. And so it eliminates some of the problems that we'll have. So, now we're bringing books, now we're bringing just some tools and skill set, maybe an outside a source that comes in and then take a look at what we need to do, because this problem is here. It's all over the place. Sure. So I know we'd had some success in other cities and other places, and we can reach out. Maybe the task force say, well, who can we bring in to help us? Show us that we can start here, daycare, kindergarten, and then preschool, and then create a pathway so our kids start to read better and understand. And so when we prepare them at an early age, we set a precedent in their life. So, and so so through reading and then videos and things that creates imagination, create drive and success in our community. Our kids are smart. And so as we implement these plans and implement what you were talking about, we step into this new AI season. Because AI is here, and I'm telling you, the technology and the transformation and the thing that it's gonna help the city, it's gonna help our community, and it's gonna also cause some people to get trained a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's here, it's not going away. And so as we move forward in 2025 and 2026,
Well, you have businesses right here, Alto. Trip Tech.
Yeah.
They were over to about a block back. Okay. So that was actually, they were out there just to show the community, okay, we'll send you to school.
Wow.
But you got to work here for so long. And pay in a decent.
Where community leaders, like Miss Crooked here today. I mean, so she's hearing about what we're talking about today, and then now it's going out into the community,
right?
And they say, "Wow, we have access to these things." And sometimes sometimes people don't realize they have access to certain things,
right?
Because but then through your task force in these 5 different areas, well, I think it's going to be an innovative process in the thing.
So, we've added more officers, more overtime, I know. But we also gotten more cameras.
Yeah.
Which really helps things. So we're going in the right direction there.
Yeah.
We really are.
Going in the right direction.
Yeah, I think the police department's doing a great job.
Yeah, and that's what I told him this morning. Yeah, you're doing a great job. When he told me, 59% things have really settled down in the city, and which is great. And that's what community leaders, step forth and build that trust and relationship that causes, our communities to feel safe, so we can, walk outside or walk down the street and just live a safe and productive life,
If you ain't got safety, you ain't got much.
No, you got that right.
People's got to feel safe.
Yeah, they got to feel safe. Wow. So let's go back here. And so that public safety, so we talked about that as well. And so we'll go into our next slide right here.
Industry. So jobs.
Yeah.
Every week for a while I was looking and I would see ribbon cuttings and people opening stuff, still do.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to continue to see that go on.
Yeah.
I'll talk about what I can talk about right now.
Right, I got you.
We got several interested parties at some of our businesses is kind of down right now.
Yeah.
That's going to come in and hopefully we'll get them going.
Wow.
Bring quite a few jobs. You got to look at Novelis right down the road, 15 minutes down the road. I mean, that's going to be a huge expansion. Right now, it's Baldwin County on the map.
Yeah. Yeah.
Escambia County's up next.
Yeah, come on. I like that. I like that.
So we sitting in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And we got all this connected together.
Yeah.
We just got to get it together, and we'll get it.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you that's awesome. That bringing it together. Reaching out to our community.
That's right.
And creating those job opportunities. Because those things,
Right.
Atmore's on the rise as a hub of innovation and industry, and so that's a great thing. So I've always I tell people sometimes I was telling a guy the other day, I said when I graduated from high school, I was illiterate. I couldn't even read. I could read just a little bit, like put my finger on it.
Yes.
But anyway, I didn't start reading fluently till I was 26. And I told somebody, I said, the first day I could read a paragraph fluently and remember what I read, I said, man, tears just streamed down my cheeks. And I said, my grandkids would never go through what I had to go through.
Yes.
And that's why I understand about the education and all of those things that really make a transformational change in our community and our families. Because as one family member grows, influence, it's just like getting a new car. You get a new car on the street, everybody start talking about a new car,
right.
New home, or new whatever.
Right.
And so it innovates and it lifts people up.
Yep.
Because now they're thinking, they're focusing, and then they're trying to figure out, how can I go to the next level to achieve something that's memorable, satisfying, and that could build relationships. Well, let me talk about this. I'm saying that we went. My wife's birthday was yesterday, so my daughter said, "Well, let's go down to a restaurant in Century." Right. I said, well, Century. I said, what's in Century? But man, when we went there to that restaurant yesterday, it was nice. Yep. And I told my wife, I said, wow, we've been living in Atmore, first time here. That's right. But then now it's a place that we can go, and so exposure. That's right. And fellowship. So we was riding in the car together, and Sister Cricket, myself, my wife, and my daughter. So here it is. We're socializing. We're riding together. We're talking, bonding. And so back to that KT kitchen table, bonding and building families. And so, like you say, in order to do that, industry and economic growth has to come, we can afford to do those types.
That's it.
Wow,
That's it.
Awesome. Let's go to our next.
That is gonna. There you go. Yeah. Together, we shape Atmore that honors its heritage, embraces opportunity, and boldly steps into the future.
Wow. Man.
We make all that happen. That's what we're gonna get. That's the results we're gonna get.
They said teamwork makes the dream work.
It does.
And so here it is. So, hey, Mayor, I'm excited.
Thank you.
We see the vision, laid it out here, and just remember, you heard it here first. Everyone 2018. I'm your host, Wayne Johnson, and we thank Mayor Shawn Lassiter for giving us this time today. And we thank Miss.
Thanks for watching the Urban One 2018 show with your host, Wayne Johnson, the talk show dedicated to inspiring individuals from all walks of life. Every week, We have the privilege of hosting remarkable guests who provide profound insights on a wide range of topics. From local influencers to esteemed regional and national figures, they generously share their experiences and wisdom to spark positive change in our communities. We sincerely hope that today's episode has left you inspired and motivated. Join us again next week as we continue to uplift and empower. Until then, may you be blessed. From all of us at the Urban One 2018 show with your host, Wayne Johnson.